Hello and welcome back to Metaverse. For today's video, we are going to be talking about Balancer, explaining everything you need to know about BAL. Let's get started. Balancer is an Ethereum-based program that functions as a decentralized exchange. It makes use of an automated market maker, a unique trading algorithm that enables traders to exchange their crypto tokens in a very effective manner. What is a liquidity pool and how does it work? In the world of DeFi and cryptocurrencies, we no longer conduct trades using the traditional order book model, in which buyers and sellers list the items they wish to exchange before adding their entries to a massive list of everyone else's deals. You choose the price you want to purchase or sell at, but you can't be sure when the trade will actually take place, if it does at all, because you have to wait for someone else to match your deal. If you don't want to wait around at all, you can look at another person's trade offer and accept it. In this method, the other party gets to trade at the price they want, and they get a deal at the time they want. There is now a better, more recent alternative that doesn't rely on people, but rather algorithms. An automated market maker is a technique that never runs out of assets to sell you. Although the operation of an automated market maker is very complex, we'll attempt to make it simpler for you. A fund must first be established. This pool of funds has two or more assets that someone voluntarily contributes, so that other users of the pool can engage in trading, with all trading taking place automatically thanks to an algorithm. The algorithm is now quite straightforward, and it uses this equation, which going too further into the mathematics, xy is equals to k. The way this algorithm operates is actually fairly straightforward. When you continue to purchase more of one asset, the system will automatically charge you more and more each time. The pool will therefore never run out of either assets to sell you, even you have $1 trillion to trade, which since it will always charge you a greater price. Perhaps a better way to think about it is to approach the pool with the goods you wish to sell, and it will inform you of the maximum amount it can provide you based on its algorithm. For example, let's use a pool of Ethereum and USDC. If you go to the pool and you say you want to buy a $1 worth of Ethereum, it might sell you some Ethereum at an average price of $4,000. However, if you visit the same pool and purchase $10 worth of Ethereum, you will be charged a higher average price of $4,080,000. However, the trick is that the pool will never run out of Ethereum to sell you. Instead, it will just keep charging you a higher portion. For example, if you approach the pool with $100, it may charge you an average price of $4,100 per Ethereum. Likewise, if you approach the pool with $1 million, it may charge you an infinitely high amount of USDC. Now that you have interacted with a pool and increase the price of Ethereum in that pool, other people will come along and sell their Ethereum to that pool at a higher price, thereby giving the pool more Ethereum, but also taking some USDC. This is a rebalancing of the liquidity pool. When you first grasp future liquidity pools and automated market makers, they seem extremely hard. Take this curve as the x times y equals k formula. Utilizing the curve, you can consider any purchase using the liquidity pool. You will receive this amount of asset B if you provide the pool this amount of asset A. Similarly, if you give it this much of asset A, it won't give you much asset B. And if you give it a lot of asset A, it won't offer you much even if there is a lot of asset B in the range of the normal curve. What makes Balancer better? You can only deposit two assets with Uniswap, PancakeSwap, and SushiSwap, though, in order to have a USDC ETH pool and a DAO token at the very beginning of this technology. Each of these pools required to also hold Ethereum. You would need to do two different swaps to transfer from the ETH pool to the DAO token. Eventually, the engineers got fancy and realized they could allow users to put up any pool they wanted, making things like a USDC or DAO token pool viable even more. So they realized they could connect a ton of these pools together automatically, and this process is referred to as routing. The wonderful thing about Balancer is that they go on one step further and allow you to add up to 8 different assets in a liquidity pool, rather than just allowing you to deposit 2 assets into a pool. Now, the mathematics underlying these multi-asset pools is known as weighted math, and it is created to permit swaps between any asset, regardless of whether their prices are even correlated. Prices are determined by the weights, balances, and quantity of tokens being traded in the pool. This might get a little more complicated, but the X times Y equals K constant product formula is generalized to account for scenarios where there are more than 2 tokens as well as weightings that are not exactly 50-50. Portfolio manager and crypto index funds. Actually, they have something like a portfolio manager that they refer to as a cryptocurrency index fund. One of the most intriguing things that these multi-asset pools now make possible is the creation of a synthetic index fund of cryptocurrency tokens that will automatically manage the rebalance itself as necessary. This makes it simple to set up your own pool of 4 or 5 assets that you want to hold for the long term and then allow others to trade with that pool. There are essentially 2 things about how automated market makers operate. The first is that you can make money by simply allowing others to trade with your money to make swaps. How? Since the trader is utilizing your funds, you have to decide what cost they should pay when you first set up the initial pool of assets. Although these cost is typically quite tiny, it can quickly mount up when many traders use a lot of money every day for a year. When a result, your cryptocurrency index fund will theoretically earn a dividend as other traders use it to adjust their prices. The other thing is a scary term for new investors called impermanent loss. Different ratios. All of the Uniswap, PancakeSwap, and SushiSwap pools are weighted exactly 50-50, thanks to the balancer's ability to construct pools with customizable weights. Even the widely used crypto pool on Curve Finance includes 3 assets, but they are only split into equal thirds. We could put up an 80-20 or 10-10-10-71 or even a 95% 5% pool, because your balancer allows you to design your own pools with specific ratios. You might be asking how this affects permanent loss, because pools with strong asset having a greater proportion typically results in less permanent loss, and this provides even more customization when it comes to setting up your own small index fund pool. Here is a wonderful little graph that shows how common ratios affect loss that is irreversible. A higher slippage amount for traders typically results from a temporary loss of liquidity for the tokens with less weight as the trade-off for this temporary loss. Liquidity bootstrapping pools. Liquidity bootstrapping pools, another fantastic feature of Balancer, simply allow automated rebalancing of selected assets. As a result, often all assets are 50-50 or 25-25-25-25 or any other unique ratios that we already discussed. But Balancer also offers a different kind of pool called a liquidity bootstrapping pool, which is usually utilized for recently launched coins or projects projects. They often begin a pool with 10% of a highly liquid or well-respected coin, and then 90% of a new project's coin. Additionally, the project will decide on an ending weight, usually 50-50. One of the final tasks is to choose a time duration for the liquidity bootstrapping pool to operate. This time period may be days, weeks, or even months. Once the pool operates, the ratio of assets will vary during the chosen time period. In other words, it will begin at 90-10 and conclude at 50-50. Therefore, in essence, this indicates that the new project's coin's price will first be high, before falling until there are new purchasers. This promotes a more equitable pricing strategy by letting the market choose the right price and attempting to eliminate front running. Although the math underlying this and the calculations for temporary losses are extremely complex, what it means for you is that you can buy fresh tokens with a better opportunity for all investors. In reality, liquidity bootstrapping pools are one of the most successful ways to introduce a new coin, if not the most successful. BAL tokenomics. As a result, Balancer recently switched to several networks other than Ethereum. On April 20, 2022, Balancer version 2 contracts were first made available on the Ethereum mainnet. On May 11, the website and user interface followed. On June 1st, the Polygon contract went into effect. And on August 31st, the Arbitrium. In reality, the Phantom network already has a fork, a balancing version 2 available. Around 35 million of the 100 million Balancer tokens that can be produced were created at launch, and the remaining 65 million can be transferred to liquidity providers. Although the design on how much of these tokens will be distributed to amount holders ultimately rests with them. The Balancer token was one of the first government-issued tokens in the entire DeFi universe, and it is being utilized for governance. However, native stacking contracts are currently being developed. To earn more Balancer tokens till then, you can actually deposit Balancer tokens in a variety of pools on a variety of networks. BAL Grant. Developers can now apply for funding through the Balancer Teams' grants program to advance the project's objectives. In actuality, a grant they approved for Whiteboard Crypto helped to generate this film and information about the balancing platform and its features. From our discussion, what have you learned? Please let me know by leaving a comment below. And if you enjoy this video, please press the like button, turn on the notification bell, and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thank you for stopping by to watch. See you in our next video.